Yo, what's cracking everyone? Eric Ship Triple One here. Now, with Playground Games introducing some very cool new to Forza cars in Horizon 5 as of late, many of them have actually been requested by us, the community, through the official Forza Suggestion Hub, where we get to vote for which vehicles we would like to see get introduced into the game. Recently, we have had cars like the Lamborghini Cyan, the Toyota GR86, Huracan STO, just to name a few, and honestly, I am impressed and quite happy that Playground Games are actually putting the Suggestion Hub to use, and it does show that this year, Playground Games are putting in the effort far more than they did back in 2022. Now, the last time I did one of these videos was a few months ago, and the list of highest voted cars has certainly changed. Some have now been, of course, introduced into Horizon 5, while others all of a sudden decided to make its presence known. So in today's video, let's take a look at 8 of the highest voted cars that the community wants to see in Forza Horizon 5. Beginning in reverse order, starting with number 8, Maserati MC20. With a total of 965 votes, this has been a supercar that has slowly been moving up the ranks in the Suggestion Hub. As of this moment, if you want to drive the MC20 in a racing game, the two most popular options are Gran Turismo 7 and the Crew 2. Now, for those who don't know, just recently, according to a very credible source over on GT Planet forums, in Horizon 5's most recent update, several hidden files of new to Forza cars were found, and one of them was of course the Maserati MC20. On top of that, an additional logo was also found from an aftermarket body kit brand known as Seven House Designs, and this manufacturer is the only place that has officially made a full body kit for none other than the MC20. However, as I have mentioned in a couple of my previous videos, just because some of the leaks were found doesn't necessarily mean it will get introduced into the game, but in this case, it certainly looks like Playground Games is gearing up to bring in yet another highly requested car in Horizon 5, and I can't wait. Number 7, the Toyota Chaser JZX 100. Sitting at the exact same amount of votes as the MC20, we as the community are not going to let this one go. I'm sure to many JDM fans and drifters out there, we would love to see a proper 4-door Toyota saloon that's from the golden era featured in Horizon 5. Now, of course, we know that just recently we got yet another highly requested Toyota in Series 23 with the GR86, and don't get me wrong, the Gazoo racing line from Toyota are incredible cars, and also having the Mark V Supra available at launch was actually something quite special. However, it has been years since Playground Games have actually introduced a new to Forza Toyota from the 90s, and in my opinion, the JZX 100 will easily make the community extremely happy. I don't even mind if it's a JZX 90 or even an Aristo JZS 147, but if we look back at the past, back in Horizon 4, Playground Games did introduce the Nissan Pulsar GTIR, which was also a 90s Japanese icon, and it was the first car to be featured in any AAA modern racing game with full HD graphics. Therefore, if Playground Games could pull that off, surely it is also possible for them to pull another JDM racing legend. Number 6, the Bugatti Bolide. With a total of 1,025 votes, this suggestion doesn't surprise me at all. When it comes to elite hypercars, we just love driving them, but they are also great as cars like the Bolide can actually become another new competitive car for online racing. There's been so many times when I hopped into an S2 class race, especially if it's a sweaty one, the top cars are always the same, so to see more variety on the grid is always welcome. On top of that, the full production version of the Bolide has now been officially revealed, so this could be Playground Games' chance to feature the full production Bolide in their racing game first before any of their other competitors. But let's say if it never gets introduced into Horizon 5, the prototype version is already available in another racing game called Grid Legends and will also be featured in the new upcoming Crew Motorfest. Number 5, the Koenigsegg Gemera. I believe the last time when I made a video about this, the Gemera only had 555 votes, Well, now it has 1,175 votes, which is more than double. And let's be honest, much like Bugatti, I think it's time for Playground Games to actually bring in another new to Forza car from these manufacturers, as the last time we got a new Koenigsegg was back in Horizon 4 at the end of 2020. And since then, we have all been wondering, when will a new Koenigsegg get introduced into a series update? Now, as I mentioned last time, sure, the actual lineup of Koenigsegg's in real life aren't that many, but to me, the Gemera is probably the most unique car out of the lot. It's a 4-seater, it's also their first car to officially have an all-wheel drive drivetrain. I mean, the car truly stands out. As of right now, the Gemera, much like the Bugatti Bolide and the Maserati MC20, will all be featured in the upcoming Crew Motorfest. Therefore, in my eyes, for certain vehicles, Forza Horizon 5 does have some catching up to do. But what do you guys think? Number 4, the Fiat Uno. Who on earth are voting for these cars? And if you're watching, I love it. Right now, the Fiat Uno has 1,345 votes. Now, I gotta be honest, before this video, I had no idea what this car was, as this obviously is not a common sight here in Australia, but as much as the community loves hypercars like the Gemera and Bolide, there's also the other side of the spectrum of full-on everyday vehicles, and this Uno looks like it's no exception. Now, the only issue I see here is, I don't know if there is a real correlation between the Fiat Uno and Mexico. I mean, if there is, then surely Playground Games should consider introducing this car, but if not, even though Fiat just returned to Horizon 5, I just don't see this happening at all. Number 3, the Toyota GR Yaris. Currently at 1,348 votes, this major request perhaps may not seem as far-fetched as it previously did. As I mentioned earlier in Series 23, we did get the Toyota GR86, which was a very nice surprise. And with Toyota having a few more models from the GR lineup, the Yaris is certainly a hot hatch that we would all love to see. There's many reasons for this. One, it's a perfect car to put on anti-lag and take it off-roading in the Rally Adventure expansion. 2, it's never a bad day for us whenever Horizon players get their hands on a new to Forza Toyota. And 3, it's just an all-round beast of a vehicle. Now, of course, with the new Forza Motorsport game coming out in October, we could possibly see this car featured in that game first before being brought into Horizon 5, but worst case scenario, I truly believe that at some point, maybe at the latest Forza Horizon 6, that the GR Yaris will certainly be featured. Number 2, the McLaren SLR. With a total of 1,803 votes, this is the only non-new to Forza car in today's list that the community truly wants back. Officially last seen in Forza Horizon 2, since then, no one truly knows why this car has never returned since. Now, there has been many speculations online as to why this might be the case, and the most common conclusion is that it has something to do with splitting the license agreement between both McLaren and Mercedes, as this was a joint partnership project. But where things get a little interesting is that the same car exists in other racing games like Gran Turismo 7 and The Crew 2. So why not Forza Horizon? I still think it's quite impressive that for such an old supercar that has already graced its presence in a Forza series, that the community is still wanting this back. And honestly, I really do hope that it does one day. And lastly, number 1, the Nissan Tsuru. Of course, this car will always be the highest voted car from the official Forza Suggestion Hub, as it has a total of 3,925 votes, completely obliterating all the other cars in today's list. Now, when Forza Horizon 5 revealed that the game was set in Mexico, I believe there was a petition going around social media to bring in the Nissan Tsuru. And the reason for this is because apparently in Mexico, you see these cars everywhere. It initially started as a meme and was probably never going to happen. However, the developers over at Playground Games have acknowledged the Nissan Tsuru in one of their articles talking about the new Forza Suggestion Hub when it was first announced. So Playground Games are aware of this, and if the developers actually bring the Tsuru in, then we know for sure that they are listening and taking in what we have to say about the game very seriously. Are there any that you guys would like to see? If so, write them down in the comment section below, as I do read all of your comments, guys. But anyways, if you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure to smash the thumbs up button, as it really does help me out. And of course, if you guys would like to stay up to date with everything Forza Horizon 5 related, be sure to subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace.